New at 9, an invasion by thousands of migratory birds have taken over a Valle man's property. The egrets set up shop in his backyard out on Elroy Road just about 4 weeks ago, and already there are mounds of feces, dozens of dead trees, and a smell that's leading to health problems. But since the birds are protected by federal and state law, it's creating a sticky situation. Tonight, Omar Lewis finds out what homeowners can do if this infestation comes to your house. It's a story you can see only on KXAN.
It's an infestation.
I love birds. I've always loved birds, but there's nothing to love about this.
It's a scene from an Alfred Hitchcock movie that is now a major problem for property owner Frank Bauer.
It's infringing on my rights to fresh air, my rights to trees. It's an invasion.
Thousands of migratory egrets have picked his yard to nest this year, leaving behind droppings, killing off his trees, and affecting his income.
Yeah, these people here moved.
He usually rents out property on his land, but this year things are different, and his current tenants are now struggling to stay.
They got a smell about them. I can't describe it, but there's a smell about them.
I usually just come home from work, go straight in the house, and that's it.
I can't walk in there. I've got COPD.
But Bauer hasn't gotten much of any answers when it comes to how to solve this mess. The reason, the birds are protected species. Texas Parks and Wildlife says this isn't unusual, but unfortunately at this stage of the infestation, there's not much they can do. All they recommend is that homeowners stop the first group from ever nesting when they get here in March. It's the first time something like this has ever happened to Bauer, but wildlife experts say this time next year, the same scene will unfold elsewhere.
If this happened in Terrytown or Rollingwood or Westlake, what would those people do if their trees died?
The birds are expected to migrate again in August, but the destruction, that'll be around for quite some time.
Sooner or later, they'll move on and bother somebody else for a while.
Omar Lewis, KXAN News.
Wow, so what can you do if those birds choose your property to nest next year? Well, the experts say make some noise, number one. You cannot harm the birds, but you can harass them, making your area seeming uninviting to them. Neighborhoods in North Texas last year were getting together to make their trees less inviting. Fort Worth officials even brought out a compressed air cannon to scare them off. Water guns and hoses can also work for you. You can also cut back the trees, taking away some of the prime nesting spots for the egrets. And you can deploy dummies like balloons with eyes that look like predators to scare the birds away.